Hey, I'm Dylan Alcott and welcome to the NEC Creating Value series. Now, Nathan Basha is a motivational speaker who is constantly breaking down barriers in absolutely everything that he does. Although he has Down syndrome, he makes sure he does not let that define who he is. He's a speaker who's worked at international conferences, workshops, schools, universities, and corporate gigs, sharing his story and talking about the importance of inclusion. Family, friends, and co-workers say he's one of the happiest guys going around, often heard saying he is living the dream. And I am very excited that Nath joins us today. Nathan, how are you, my man?
I'm good, man.
Thank you so much for coming in.
No, anytime, Dylan.
We've been looking forward to this chat. Now, Nath, I have my own experience growing up with a disability. So I am in a wheelchair.
Yep.
I've been in a wheelchair my whole life. You have had your disability your whole life as well.
Yep,
Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up with your disability?
Okay, well, growing up for me was very ordinary, very typical because I guess growing up, I guess I never really knew I had a disability. It wasn't until I was told that I actually had Down syndrome that it kind of shake me up a little bit, but it didn't stop me for continuing to reach my potential going forward.
Can you remember what age that was when you found out that you had Down syndrome, when they told you?
I don't really know because this is such a long time ago.
Yeah. So can you remember what that feeling was like when people told you that you had Down syndrome and that you were different?
Basically, I never took it to heart because I didn't think it actually did for me personally because I feel like I could read, I could write, and do all the basic stuff. Then I figured I could just keep going up.
Beautiful. What about the people around you that when you were younger? Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I did. I still have two younger brothers.
Yep.
They're 1 year younger than me.
Okay, who gives who a hard time? Do you give them a hard time, or do they give you a hard time?
The second one.
They give you a hard time?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm the younger brother, right?
Oh, wow.
I got an older brother, Zach, and I give him a hard time too.
Oh, wow.
I think that's our job as younger brothers.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
To give the older brothers a bit of stick, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, probably.
For a lot of people with Down syndrome, and even for me with my disability, people place low expectations on us. They think we can't do anything. Oh, yeah. Do you have any stories of that from when you were growing up?
Well, yeah, I do actually, because when I was born, probably 29 years ago now, my parents were told that I was born with Down syndrome and that there were three options. They can institutionalize him, adopt him out, or take him home. Personally, I'm kind of offended by the first two, personally, because I kind of believe in the third one more than the other two.
Oh, 100%.
Kind of thing, so I'm beyond happy and proud that my parents chose the third option.
What advice do you have to any parents right now who are watching who have just had some disabled kids?
Well, basically, I just say whatever you do is up to you. I understand that, but rather than institutionalizing or adopting out your children, rather than doing that, think about what is best for that kid and for yourselves as parents. Because when you become a parent, that child will love you more than ever. So whatever you do, don't let that child down. If that child loves you for who you are and you love your child, that's the only thing that shouldn't matter. Forget the first two options. Take them out of the equation. Think about the third one more before you make your decision.
Beautiful stuff.
It's important.
Well said. I love it. Growing up, I used to, when I was really young, I never really cared about the fact that I was in a wheelchair. I didn't really notice. I was like you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't see yourself as different, yeah? You're just Nathan and I'm just Dylan. But there was a time there where I struggled with it. I felt a bit embarrassed about my disability. I got bullied a little bit about my disability as well.
Ouch.
What about you? Have you had any experiences like that?
Not really, no, but I've heard stories about people who have been bullied because of their disabilities, and I find it a bit strange that it still happens to this day because, to me personally, it's a bit offensive because, disability or not, no one should get bullied.
Yeah, I
In
agree.
general.
Definitely. How does it make you feel when you hear stories about that still happening to people these days?
Honestly, I definitely find it very offensive because, since I grew up with my disability, to me it's like offensive in the sense of why is it still happening? And why it clearly needs to stop as soon as possible because, it's morally wrong to bully someone who has a disability because, if you bully someone without it, it's still not that different. It's still the same thing, regardless. So, I reckon that, people should be more inclusive, more equal, and you shouldn't be so quick to judge people, disability or not.
Man, that's a beautiful answer. While we're here talking about it, what are some things people judge you on and think that you can't do that you can do?
Alright, for an example, in my case, everyone thought, me growing up, they literally thought that due to my Down syndrome, I wouldn't be able to do the things I do now. They never thought I have a sense of humour. They never thought I could be so good at writing and reading. And that's all the basic things that I do now. And looking back at that now, I say, screw them.
Screw them.
I'm awesome now.
Hey, you're awesome then and you're awesome now.
Yeah.
Boom, I love that. Yeah. Put that in there, clip that up, that's good. Now, you are a homeowner, right? You're a filmmaker. You do so many cool things. I don't want you to ruin all the surprises just yet, all right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We're going to go into it pretty soon.
Of course.
And you're right, because I think if you saw someone with Down syndrome or even someone with my disability, people think there's so many things we can't do that we actually can do.
Yeah.
Right? And you're a perfect example of that. And you love working in the entertainment industry as well.
I do, yes.
I'm going to be a bit upset, all right, because we work at rival radio stations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, where do you work?
I work at Nova.
You work at Nova. See, I work at Today FM in Sydney, or it's called the Hit Network, or Fox FM. So we're rivals. But if you can get me a job, can you get me a job, Nova?
You'd be an honour, mate.
Yeah, maybe. You just hit up Fitz and Whip up. Hey, Dylan's pretty good. You let me know, all right? But what's it like to work in radio? Because you've been doing that for a long time now.
Yes, I have, yes. I've been there for 10, 11 years. And I've always loved it. It was a dream job when I first started, and then it became even bigger for me as I continued to do it.
What about your first day on the job, though? Was you a bit nervous at the start?
Yeah, I was. I just never really showed it back then, but internally I was feeling the nerves.
Why? Was it your first job?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, first day is hard for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially one thing about disability as well, it's really hard to find a job, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We've got people around us, like my brother and stuff, they have work experience as a kid and that. It's hard for us.
Well, yeah, it is.
And we don't get those opportunities.
No, we don't.
So talk me through that first day. What was going on? What did you do? How were you feeling?
Well, I did feel nervous, but it just never really showed up, physically. But most of the time, it was mostly my parents. They were more nervous for me than I was because I eventually came around and I got used to the fact that this is my job now, this is my checklist. And I figured that if I can pull it all off, then my nerves will go away.
Mate, that's great. And it also shows that if workplaces, right, try and create value and they are inclusive, as long as you talk to the people with disability about what they can do and how they do it, you can do it, yeah?
Yeah.
For you got a checklist and you could do the jobs.
Yeah.
But if someone didn't take the time to ask you how to do it, it makes it harder, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, heaps harder.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel when the people at Nova really took the time to ask you what you could do?
Honestly, it made me feel like I finally was included, and they were finally being inclusive towards me, and I just couldn't get enough of it.
Mate, I love hearing that. Now, you've met some pretty cool people, I imagine, working on radio.
Yeah.
Give me some of the big names. Who's your favourites?
Oh, well, definitely Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman?
Yep.
Wolverine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a good-looking man. Not as good-looking as you,
well,
but he's close. You've actually got a bit of Wolverine vibes with the long hair. I like it. Who else?
I got a signed autograph from Katy Perry.
A what? A signed what?
Autograph.
Autograph from Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I've met Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte, the band?
Yeah.
Do you like their music?
Oh, I'm addicted to their music.
You're addicted to the music?
Yeah.
What's your favourite kinds of music?
I like a lot of like early 2000s.
Yep.
I like a lot of like 70s, 80s, 90s.
Good mix.
Yeah.
You got to get on that DJing. Do you DJ?
I haven't yet, no, but like I would love to if I could.
Hey, I know I've got some friends who work in technology
Oh, wow.
at NEC, and they're going to come to the party and going to get you some kit, all right?
Ooh.
Oh, I can see them all
man.
doing thumbs up behind the camera, aren't they? Very nice.
Ooh,
What about, who's your favourite wheelchair tennis player?
Personally, I would say you.
I like it. That's what I like, Nath. We're humming along here perfectly. Now, apart from radio,
Yeah.
one of the things that you do so well is your public speaking, all right? As soon as you say to people, public speaking, they go, I hate public speaking. It's hard, right? Now, you've got Down syndrome, yeah? And you dominate public speaking.
That's true.
When did you realise you could do this so well?
Well, I guess I kind of figured that like if Abraham Lincoln could abolish slavery and Martin Luther King Jr. could basically like stand up and say that all men are created equal, I figured, why couldn't I be one of them, kind of thing? Because like those two people defined America. Maybe if by the time that I could defy Australia.
I just got goosebumps hearing that. That's really nice. It's a beautiful thing to say. And it's true, because we are told we aren't equal because we're different, correct?
Yeah.
And you and I like stuff that.
Well, yeah.
Why? Just because I can't stand up and you're different, it doesn't mean that we can't do things still.
No, exactly.
What about when you first started public speaking? Were you nervous?
Internally, yes, but like once again, I didn't really show it. But like for me, it was all about like the preparation. It's all about mindset. Making sure I made coffee in the morning. Making sure I had the natural prep time to get ready for it.
What about your topics? What do you speak on? What kind of stuff?
Okay, well, I definitely like I kind of often reference my story in my speeches. So I often talk about like what was like for me, like from when I was born to the man I became today.
Yep.
Kind of thing, and like I'm gonna say all that, and then I say, hey, this is my life, but however, this is what you can do to continue to better society, because by listening to my story is no different than anyone else's out there.
Yeah. It's a bit of perspective for people, isn't it, as
yeah.
well? But also, you don't want people to feel sorry for you, do you?
Oh God, no.
Because there's no reason to.
Well, no. Like, I don't mind the pity bit, personally.
Yeah.
I don't want them to feel the pity for me. I want them to understand that, like, look, I live my life. This is my story, but it's kind of like they were saying, if you can teach a man to catch fish, he will eat forever.
True. I like that. I tell you what I'm not good at, fishing.
Wow.
Are you good at fishing? Actually fishing?
Well, actually, I'm not bad, but I'm not good.
You've got so many skills, man. I think we should swap and you actually teach me stuff. Right? You're on fire here.
It'd be an honour.
Yeah, mate. Well, we'll turn the tables at the end of this, all right? You can ask me some questions.
Ooh.
Deal?
Okay.
All right, I like that very much. See, I've got prep, so I've got a little advantage. But we're here obviously getting filmed today, yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
We've got cameras, we're mic'd up, we're doing the whole works. I read in your bio, and you and I haven't spoke too much before this because I wanted to find out all this stuff today. Are you involved in filmmaking?
I am, yes.
What do you mean? What do you do? Talk me through that.
Well, I've been the assistant director for quite a while now for Bus Stop Films.
Yep. What's Bus Stop Films? What kind of films do you do?
It's often like short films and independent films, that kind of stuff. But it's through this organisation company, and it's for people with disabilities. Doesn't matter what kind, really. And basically, it's like opening that door to enter Hollywood kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
into Hollywood?
yeah, kind of thing.
You been to LA before?
I have, but not through Bus Stop Films.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff do you do on set? Are you in front of the camera, behind the camera?
I'm more of the behind person.
Okay, so you're more directing and seeing what's going on?
But yeah.
What's some of your favourite films of all time?
Oh wow, I have a long list actually.
You do? Well, go give us the long list.
All right. Well, I'm into, I've watched like all guys before me. I maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger fan.
Yeah, I'll be back, baby.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Al Pacino, can never get
Al Pacino, amazing.
can never get enough of that man.
Little Scarface action.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Say hello to my little friend.
There you go. You could be in front of camera and behind camera. You're a good actor.
Thank you.
What else? What other ones?
Let's see.
Any newish ones? What are you liking at the moment?
Newish ones, I'll probably say Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, Jim's good. Got a big beard now. You can't even recognise him, I reckon, these days.
Yeah, I don't think you can these days, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of comedies.
Yep.
So I love like Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, Steve Carell.
Yep.
I like all of those guys. But I'm also a huge fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, The Rock.
Bit of action. The Rock.
Yeah.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking, I'm a big wrestling fan, so
Oh, yeah.
I like The Rock as well. Now, you just name dropped all these big actors, right?
Yep.
And you know some huge stars. Are you allowed to tell me, are you working on an international film at the moment?
Well, I'm not really allowed to.
There's no one here. No one. We're not filming.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well, I guess I could say yes, I have. Yeah.
Can you tell me what film?
I can't really name the film.
Give me a hint.
But I can give you the project's name.
Project's name. Give me the project name.
Okay. Well, I've been on Project Steamboat.
Project Steamboat.
Yeah. So
I don't know what that means.
So basically, what that means is.
Can you tell me who the main actor is?
No, I'm not allowed to say that. However, I can say, it's connected to Iron Man.
Connected to Iron Man.
Yeah, I can give you that much.
Is the main actor got huge biceps? Is he a big, strong guy?
Well, he kind of looks more like Bruce Lee.
A bit like Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Like Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan vibes.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff.
I like it.
There's a lot of fighting going on.
A lot of fighting going on. All right.
A lot of magic.
A lot of magic.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you work in radio because we call that a hook, right? Where you hook someone. I'm hooked. I want to know more. I can't wait for you. When you legally allowed to tell me, you have to text me, all right?
I will.
Good man. How did you go from speaking to filmmaking and working in this industry? What was there a moment? How did it come about?
I guess you kind of could say, like, since I've already loved film growing up, you could just say it just was a combination of dumb luck and the fact that, like, and just bust up films in general.
So they called you?
Well, no, because since I'm already in a film course.
Yeah. Oh, you're in a film course?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you decided to go study film as well?
Well, yeah.
Through them? Cool.
Well, yeah. And it was through that course I'm able to do, like, work experiences in terms of, like, film sets and whatnot.
So is the film course for people with disability or just everyone? It is. All kinds of disabilities or just intellectual, non-physical disabilities?
Well, probably both, I think.
Awesome. Because I want to do some acting.
Oh, wow.
After tennis.
Oh, wow.
Do you think I've got it in me?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, baby. Hey, so how important is it for other people to educate and treat people with disability with respect?
Well, honestly, to me, personally, I say it's pretty much self-explanatory that needs to happen because, like, people with disability or without both deserve respect. It's supposed to be a two-way street.
It is.
I think, and that's how I see it, because, like, it really shouldn't be any different for... I'm a person, because, like, if you look at, like, for an example of how both American and Australian Indigenous people got their respect, who's to say that people with disability and without can't do the same thing?
Yeah, I like what you're saying. So I can't have the same idea. Like, 20 years ago, if a company was homophobic, they might have got away with it, right? But now, you can't. You're done.
Exactly.
Right? Same as gender, race, religion. But for disability, it's the one no one talks about,
Oh, yeah.
But it's getting better. And it's because of people like you starting that conversation. That's where the impact, I think, can happen. One thing I love about my NEC Australia family is they really understand, what I believe in and what you believe in, and they really want to try and help. But there are a lot of organisations out there who don't really care as much, aren't there? What would you say to these organisations who don't employ people with disabilities or don't give people with disabilities a chance?
Well, I say you really should give them a chance because, like, they're no different than everyone else in this world. As you said, like, gender-wise, or if you're, like, Indigenous or not, or it doesn't matter if you're, like, gay, queer, or whatever. Doesn't matter. you're still a part of society. You're still a person, regardless of
your choices and who you are, exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
I like that a lot. And I think one of the biggest things people don't realise is people with disabilities can really create value.
Oh,
can't we?
God,
We're good at
yes.
things.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Do you agree that people with disability can be a big value add for organisations as well?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes. Because, like, both you and I are the living examples of that, you and I.
Exactly right. There are some people out there with disability, like you and I,
Yeah.
who probably aren't as confident as we are.
Yeah, that's true.
They probably think, what's the point?
Well, yeah.
They probably think I might not be able to do it, right?
True.
What's your message to other people with Down syndrome or disabilities who maybe aren't getting out there and doing the things they want to do?
Well, you see, I think the main thing is that because they doubt themselves could be the first reason. It also could be because their parents don't know how to handle that kind of situation as well either, because they're probably from a different generation, the parents, but that shouldn't get in the way of helping their child out in terms of like, that will help the child to find their own like independence, their own potential to discover what that child wants, like in terms of their dreams, their passions, obsessions. Any of those three things can become a job.
Yep.
Or at least a job description even.
Even a career.
In the career,
Even
exactly.
not just a one-off job, which I love. And I love hearing that. It's a great message for parents. We've got a lot of parents who'll be watching today. Sometimes parents with kids with disabilities maybe try a little bit too hard, don't they? You know what I mean? And they don't let their kids be themselves because they're so worried about them. Do you agree with that?
Well, I'm a bit more complicated than that, I think, personally, because like the parents of that kid may have come from a different generation, but it doesn't matter of the generational change.
Yeah.
The trick is to like understand that like even though that generational part may have already happened, but the thing is we live now in the here and now.
Yeah.
So we can improve upon that generation.
I think so. And there's an element of care, which obviously people with disabilities need, but they need their own voice. We need our own voice, don't we?
We do, yes, we do.
Yeah. We need to follow our dreams and passions.
Exactly.
And, you know, I think I call it a glass ceiling that sometimes society
Yes.
or parents put, so you and I can't get through because people put something on top of us where we can't get through that because they think we can't. Do you think we need to empower people with disabilities so they can make their own choices?
Well, I definitely agree with empower, but the trick is to like understand what came before us, as in the parents, because like they may have come from a different generation, but these days now they need to learn that even though their generation is gone, it doesn't mean you still can't have the values and all that of that generation, but it just means to separate the generation of our parents from us now is important.
Yeah.
It needs to happen. We need that change, because with that change, then people can finally get empowered, get independence, and you will let them grow as people.
I love that. And I mean, you've got your mum here, Joanne, who's a legend. I've got awesome parents, Martin and Reese, and a stepmum, Dana. We're lucky, aren't we? We're some of the lucky ones because they not only look after us, but they let us be us.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I think that's probably the big trick that we're getting at is it's so important that we are our own people as well.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Have our own voice and do what we want to do. That generational change. Because we're lucky to be born. We're lucky to be. How old are you?
I'm 29.
I'm 30. I thought you're younger than me. I'm getting old, mate. I'm washed up. But we're lucky to be around now because if we were, back in the 80s, people with disabilities didn't get the opportunities that we're getting now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, exactly. Even in the 90s, even
the 90s, I know. When we were born, exactly right. We're very lucky and it's getting better.
Oh, yeah.
So keep giving people with disabilities opportunities and I promise you
we
won't disappoint you.
You heard the man?
Heard the man. I've got no more questions left, all right? We smashed it, but do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do actually.
You got to hold the clipboard, all right? The clipboard is the question. When you hold the clipboard, you're in charge, all right?
Yeah, right. Okay, so what is it like being a professional tennis player?
It's good, man. It's hard work sometimes, training and things like that. But I'm very lucky to be able to, travel the world and do my job. I was very lucky in 2020 and even now to do it with COVID and stuff. I felt very humbled that I had an opportunity to do my job because a lot of people didn't get that opportunity. Mm-hmm. I tell you, one of the best parts about playing tennis is getting the tan, man. I'm always, see, look at that.
Oh, wow.
I'm always out there, it's nice. getting to play Wimbledon. I love my job the same way that you love your job. Have you played tennis before?
I've tried it, but unfortunately it only works for those who are prepared and not the unprepared.
Okay, fair enough, yep.
And I fall under the second category.
Yeah, unprepared. Well, it's like I'm unprepared for this interview now because you're dominating the questions. So,
Well, I try.
as they say in tennis, 15 all.
Well, I'll take that.
Good. All right, next one.
Okay, well, how do you juggle it with work and your partner?
How do I juggle work and my partner?
Yeah, with that.
I like it. Have you got a partner?
I did, but it just didn't work out.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I've got one at the moment. Her name is Chantel. She's a legend. I love her very much.
Cool.
One thing I love about her so much is how much of a go-getter that she is herself. She does in her own incredible career. And I love seeing her work because she's so talented, so switched on, so smart. And she supports my career so much. And I support her career as well.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, I'm very proud that she's my partner, man. I love her very much.
Of course.
Hopefully get to spend the rest of my life together if she'll take me. Yeah.
You heard the man.
I'm also batting.
Keep him.
Hey, baby, where am I looking? You heard Nath, all right? I'm batting way above my average, as they say.
But you do have something on her.
What's that?
You know tennis.
True, she's a horrible tennis player.
Oh, well, there you
go. As much as I train her, she's no good, so I definitely have that.
Oh, yeah, so you definitely have that over her.
Exactly right.
How have you been going through COVID?
When it first happened, I was probably being a little bit too stoic. I was probably acting a bit too cool, when actually I was pretty sad because, I had the Paralympics cancelled and a bunch of stuff, and I think it's really important in life to be what I like to call vulnerable and authentic, right? We as people, leaders, are always, I'm fine, everything's okay. And I wasn't okay, but I was pretending that I was. And then as soon as I started talking about it, that I wasn't okay, I felt better because you can get help and things like that. And then since then, I always try and see the positive in life. And the positive for me is that I spent more time at home than I've ever had with my partner, Chantel, with my brother, things like that, his partner. It was great. So I enjoyed it. But in saying that, I'm ready to get back in there now and travel and hopefully get to go to the Paralympic Games and, represent my NEC family and do everybody proud. That's the next goal.
Oh, well, I think that's quite the goal you got there.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
So, Dylan, what do you think we can do to improve employment opportunities for people with disability?
I think the big thing we can do to improve employment opportunities for people with disability is a number of things. One, do you know there are 4.5 million people just like you and I that have a disability in Australia? 1 in 5 people, yeah?
Yep, I've heard.
Yet only half of them can find a job.
That's terrible.
And that's not my fault or your fault.
No,
it's the fault of people not giving us opportunities.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And they think we can't do it, but you are proof that we can, right?
Yep.
So first and foremost, we need to get the opportunities we deserve. Exactly. Secondly, I always say to people, when I go to workplaces, if you want to find out something about your able-bodied co-worker, I ask people, what do you do? And they say, we just ask them. And I say, well, when you've got someone with a disability, do you ask them questions? No, can't ask them questions, don't want to offend them, don't know how to go about it. If you take away our disabilities, you and I, what are we? We're just people, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
So why can't you ask us questions about what we need? Right?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
As long as you do it in a way that, is done correctly and you build up a relationship, we can be just part of the team like anybody else.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But I understand why the able-bodied community don't want to give us jobs, because once they do give us jobs, well, then we're taking over, aren't we? We are becoming the bosses, baby, all right? And I want to look back in 10 years' time and think to ourselves, I can't believe we were even having these conversations because we just want it to be normal.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Normalise it.
Yeah,
and I think people like you sharing your story is going to really help because it helps break down those barriers.
That's true, but however, don't forget your story too, mate.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I forget you're the boss now. You're in charge.
Well, I just believe that my story and your story.
Yeah, we're a good duo.
Exactly.
We should work on radio together. Get rid of Kate, Joel and Marty. Get rid of Fitzy and Whipper.
Well, no.
Could be us.
Well, yes, but I would not get rid of Fitzy and Whipper because I'm still addicted to them.
Okay, you're addicted to them. All right, well then we'll do afternoons, whatever you need. All right?
Oh, perfect. Even better for me. Basically, I've heard that you're such a beautiful partner.
Yeah. Because you're talking about my partner a lot. Do I have to be worried?
No, God, no.
Are you trying to cut my grass?
Oh, God, no.
All right, just checking.
God, no. I was wondering if you could be my wingman.
Be your wingman?
Yeah.
Come here.
Give me some tips.
I can be your wingman. Hey, look out, the people of Australia, we're coming, all right?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go out on the
You
town.
heard the man.
You heard the man. Look at him. He's a beautiful man, talented, filmmaker. He's a catch. Got to get you on Bumble. We'll get you up there, all right?
Oh, even better.
Hey, Nath, come here. Yeah. That was an honour for me to chat to you, man.
Oh, same here.
I'm really proud of the person that you are. I know we've only just met, but you keep being you. That's what I love about you. You are just being you, and I'm just trying to be me, all right? Yeah. And if people want to look at us and go, I don't want to get it behind their journey, well, so be it, right? But you are changing lives, you really are, and changing perceptions, which I love, and stigmas. Thank you so much for coming on NEC's Australia's Creating Value Series, man.
Anytime.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, so are you. You're changing the world as well, mate.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.